Huh? Has everyone go through the previous slide? कि छैन? Okay, now let me tell you one thing first of all. On the last lecture, I think my last lecture will be, I don't know when, maybe Thursday or Friday. On that day, I'll be asking you, okay? I'll be asking you the questions. So everyone has to go through this, okay? And I'll be asking you individually. And from the book and also from the annual health report, today's topic will be mostly from the annual health report. You have to download the latest annual health report, okay? It is 2000 of 2075 76, and from there only you have to go through the MCH, okay? From there, and also from the book which you go through, either it's Suryakanta or Park book. From these two books you have to study, okay? So now, today I'll be mostly talking about the topic related with the annual health report, and in the beginning from the book only. Okay, now what do you understand by weaning? Have you ever heard the terminology weaning? कतिजना आएछ पहिला हेरौँ त. How many students are there today? कताबाट हेर्ने हो यसमा फेरि? Participants का लेखेछ यसमा यो?
67, ma'am.
66, okay. 67, yes. Out of 120 हैन तिमीहरुको? तिमीहरुको ब्याच 120 हैन? हो है?
हो ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now talking about the weaning, हैन? So weaning means we've been telling about the exclusive breastfeeding. In the initial, there will be exclusive breastfeeding for how many months? कति months को हुन्छ exclusive breastfeeding चाहिँ?
6 months.
Very good. It is till 6 months. Don't say less than that. Okay, it should be till 6 months. The exclusive breastfeeding. And exclusive breastfeeding means only the mother's milk and not even the water. Okay, then after the 6 months, we'll be starting with the weaning. Okay, that term is known as the weaning. Addition of the supplementary foods. Okay, the weaning means like after the 6 months, the child body requires more amount of the nutrient. Okay, they want the mother's milk is not enough to provide the sufficient amount of the nutrient. So from there only, from the 6 months only, we begin supplementing the newborn, not the newborn, like 6 months child with the supplementary foods. Okay, so you in our like tradition, you know, in our social belief, usually we conduct that 6-month program. The 6 months program like भात खुवाइलाई के भन्छ? भात खुवाइ नै भन्छ हैन र? Pasni, yes. In the 6 months program, what we do, we just begin the food, हैन भात खुवाइ भनेर we just start, isn't it? So from there only अब हाम्रो social belief is also one of the important thing, हैन ठ्याक्क मिलिरहेकै छ. So from there only we begin the weaning process. Understood? So weaning is not sudden withdrawal of the child from mother's milk. Okay, the mother's milk is continued. Okay, so mother's milk is continued, but along with the mother's milk, the supplementary food is also added. So it is a gradual process around 6 months, and mother's milk is not sufficient for the growth. It should be supplemented by suitable foods rich in protein and other nutrients, that is the supplementary foods. Okay, so that is what is the weaning. So now another is this thing. This is also one of the very frequently asked question. Okay, 10 steps to successful breastfeeding. Okay, that is known as the baby friendly hospital. Okay, there is a terminology that is termed as the baby friendly hospital, and this does not mean where the baby go and start playing or see TVs. I know this place why not. Okay, it doesn't mean baby friendly hospital means it is not like that. Okay, so it is related with the breastfeeding. Okay, baby friendly hospital means it is related with the breastfeeding, and there are total of the 10 steps for the successful breastfeeding, and you should know about this. I know about all these 10 points you should know about this. Okay, so first of all, see here in this 10 steps of successful breastfeeding, that is baby friendly hospital initiative, the first point has written, have a written breastfeeding policy that is routinely communicated to all healthcare staff. Okay, in each hospital there should be a breastfeeding policy. Okay, there should be their own written breastfeeding policy. अब आफ्नै एउटा each hospital should create their own policy that is related with the breastfeeding. Okay, one is first step is that, and second is that policy, and that policy, whatever policy they have created related with the breastfeeding, that is trained to the staffs. Okay, healthcare staff, especially who are working in the obs-gynae department and obs-gynae department, they are trained, and also in the pediatric department, obs-gynae and ped department, they are trained with the all this breastfeeding policy that is created by the hospital. Okay, they are well trained, and then those trained healthcare staffs, they just in the third step, what will happen? They will inform all the pregnant women about the benefit and management of the breastfeeding. Okay, those healthcare staffs, either they just tell the pregnant lady, I know usually the pregnant lady, about all the benefits of the breastfeeding. I know this importance, advantages are not only for the children but also for the women. What are the advantages? They will be informing to them, to the pregnant lady. That is the third point. Then comes the fourth point. It is help mothers initiate breastfeeding within half hour of the birth. As soon as the delivery is conducted, you know, those trained staffs, they just help the new mother to just begin the breastfeeding, how to insert the nipple, what much size of the nipple should be inserted inside the newborn, how to carry the baby, how to make the position, like that. They just help in conducting the breastfeeding. And also see in the fifth point also it is the same thing. They show mothers how to breastfeed and how to maintain the lactation even if they should be separated from their infant. Okay, one is like how to breastfeed, how to carry the baby, same thing. Okay, and another is when like later on, if the mother is going to work and soon they need to go to the work, then how to conduct the exclusive express breast milk, like that. Okay, how to just store the milk, like that. Okay, so that express breast milk related thing, they just educate to the mother. And next is give newborn infants no food or drink other than breast milk unless medically indicated. Okay, they just teach them to the mother about the importance of the breast milk, and also they just tell, except for the mother's milk, we should not give any other additional food. Okay, till the 6 months, and until and unless there is some medically indicated condition. Okay, there might be some problem for the mother, or mother, in such condition only we can give the additional milk. Okay, like Lactogen, Farex, or Nanpro, they can give like that in such conditions. Next is practice roaming in, allow mothers and infants to remain together 24 hours a day. Usually they just tell the mother, mother about staying together with the newborn. So that is what is known as the roaming in, practicing of the roaming in, staying the mother and the newborn together most of the time. And next is encourage breastfeeding on demand. If the baby is crying, usually we just tell the mother to feed the baby on each 2 hourly, isn't it? So not only that, if the baby is on demand, if the baby is crying, okay, or the baby is like feeling a bit irritated, then also on that time also they can just give the breastfeeding. They will teach like that. And give no artificial teats or pacifier to breastfeeding infants. Do you know what is pacifier? Artificial teats or pacifier भनेको के हो थाहा छ? के हो? What do you mean by pacifier? Have you ever heard of this word or seen? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
के हो थाहा छ? Pacifier भनेको त्यो बच्चाहरु यस्तो त्यो they just the mothers or the like guardian, they keep the newborn with one of the के भन्छ यस्तो चुस्ने हुन्छ नि, बच्चाहरुको मुखमा स्वाट छिराएर बच्चाहरुले त्यो सक गरिरहेको हुन्छ नि. Have you seen that?
Yes, ma'am.
No, that is what is known as the pacifier. And in some pacifier, what they do is they just put honey or they put like cut fruits inside the pacifier and they just put inside the newborn. That is extremely bad habit. Okay, that is usually WHO says using pacifier should be avoided. So that is not recommended thing. No, and the last point is foster the establishment of breastfeeding support groups and refer mothers to them on discharge from the hospital or clinic. Like there should be one separate group in the hospital. There should be one separate group or separate department where they just encourage about the breastfeeding. Okay, how to do the breastfeeding, where till when to do breastfeeding. And do you know, like it seems to be a simple thing, I know it seems to be a simple thing, but in our society this is one of the very much important thing, you know. Like for example, in our OPD, community medicine OPD the children are brought for the immunization, and most of the parents, you know, at the month of 2 months 3 months my सेलेक लिटो खाना खुवाउन थालिसकेको हुन्छ. And they do like cow's milkहरु, हैन, अनि त्यसपछि आएर buffalo's milkहरु, they already start feeding that. And because of lack of knowledge they keep on doing this thing, हैन. Even though यस्तो सुन्दाखेरि चाहिँ एकदम सिम्पल जस्तो लाग्छ, तर our society really does not know about all this thing, हैन. कहिलेसम्म to do breastfeeding, when to start the weaning, they completely don't know this. So this could be like very much encouraged, okay, in our society and hospital money. This is one of the very much important things. Okay, so this is about the baby friendly hospital, the 10 points. So now see here the options for a working mother. The options for the working mother is like exclusively breastfeed as long as possible and maternity leave of 6 months. Do you know, like in our hospital, in our NMC, how many months we get the maternity leave? कति महिना पाउँछ थाहा छ?
No, ma'am.
It is for the 2 months. Okay, we get the maternity leave for the 2 months only. So it is difficult, isn't it? Even the newborn does not have the neck holding, proper neck holding. So it will be very much difficult for mothers to leave the newborn baby and go to the work. So the main thing we can do is express and keep the exclusive breast milk to be given to the baby. Okay, there are like machines with the help of which we can just express the mother's milk. Okay, so from there they can store in the bottle and come to the work so that the baby can be fed. And feed before leaving for the work, on return, at night, and during holidays. So like that. And start weaning foods before joining the work. So this is the options for the working mother. So now another topic is surveillance of growth and development. The first is the physical growth. Now see here, wait for age. So wait, have you gone through all this thing? Yo के भन्छ अरे malnutritionहरू यिनीहरू त पढाइसक्यो होला नि हैन? Stunting and wasting यिनीहरू थाहा छ? पढा छैन?
Yes, ma'am. पढाइसकेको छ.
So it will be like a revision. So first of all, the important thing about the physical growth to see for the newborn is wait for age. You know, wait for age. So wait for age is like, see here, now birth to 1 year, usually monthly we have to keep the record. We have to keep the record monthly till 1 year, the weight of the baby. Then every 2 months during the second year. Okay, 2 monthly they have to keep the record for the second year, and every 3 months during thereafter up to the 5 years. Okay, like that. And each baby should have its own growth record and double their weight by 6 months and triple it by the first year and quadruple by age of the 2 years. This means after the delivery, you know, whatever is the weight of the baby at the time of the birth, it should be doubled in the 6 months time. Okay, at the age of the 6 months of the baby, it should be the double the age at the time of the birth. Like for example, if the child is 3 kg, then the weight should be at the 6 months. कति हुनु पर्यो? कति हुनु पर्यो?
6 kg.
I know, double पर्यन्त, so it should be 6 kg. And so, and triple it in the first year. Birth ko time ko bhanda, it should be triple times in the first year and quadruple by the age of the 2 years. And if there is like weight for age used to classify malnutrition and determine its prevalence. Okay, so malnutrition is ruled by the weight for age. If we want to do one study related with weight for age, so from there only we can find the baby is having malnourished or not. Okay, so from like that. Now next is height for age. Okay, height for age. The height. Okay, so length of the baby is about 50 centimeter. Okay, at the time of birth, and increases by about 25 centimeter during the first year and by 12 centimeter during the second year. So from like that, the height is usually increased till the second year at the age of 2. And see here, low height for age is known as stunting. Okay, so height for age, from there only we can see if the baby is having the low height for certain age, then the child is having stunting. Understood? Stunting means having the low height for the age. Now next is weight for the height. Okay, weight in relation to height is now considered more important than weight alone. Okay, so there should be like certain weight for the certain height. Okay, so if there is low weight for certain height, then that is what is known as the wasting or emaciation. So that is what is the weight for height is about. Okay, definitely, like definitely, for example, the child is of 3 years, and if the baby is of 18 kg, then it is normal. 18 kg, then it is normal. And if the baby is like 9 kg for that height, like usually at that age the height is around 3 feet. Okay, 3 years usually 3 feet. So if the weight is like around 10 kg or 9 kg, then that will be wasting. Okay. Now talking about the head and chest circumference. So head circumference at the birth is around 34 centimeter and chest circumference around 32 centimeter. So remember, at the time of the birth, always the head circumference is more than the chest circumference. But what will happen after the certain months, usually after the 6 months, both the circumference will be equal. You know, after some months, head circumference and chest circumference will be equal. And later on, you know, as the child keeps on developing, after certain months, the chest circumference will be more than that of the head circumference. And if like after the 6 months also, if the chest circumference is less than the head circumference, के हुन्छ त? के हुन्छ? After the 6 months also, if the head circumference is more than the chest circumference, that means what? You know, त बोल्दै बोल्दैन. Akriti?
Macrocephaly, ma'am.
I'm asking you, okay? So after the 6 months also, if the head circumference is more than the chest circumference, के हुन सक्छ त? The commonest thing, don't go with the एकदम हाई-फाई कुरा हैन, सिम्पल कुरालाई चाहिँ के होला? Common and simple हाम्रो नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा. It is the child is having के हुन्छ आकृति? Undernutrition, हैन? The child might be suffering from the malnutrition. अब think about in context of our Nepal, हैन? So that is the commonest one. Okay. So now you know how to plot in the growth chart. You know, eh? Like, do you know how to plot in the growth chart? So in the growth chart, see here, these numbers, okay, these are the months. Okay, these are the months, age in months. Okay, and these numbers are the weight of the child. Okay, weight of the child. These are the months. This is the weight of the child. Okay, so these are the months. So how to plot is like, for example, if the child comes at the age of, for example, okay, if the child comes at the age of the 6 months and the child is around like the child is around 4.5 kg, and 6 months ko 4.5 kg भनेपछि कहाँ भयो त? Suppose it is over here. 4 र 5 को बिचतिर हुन्छ हैन, यतातिर हुन्छ हैन. So we'll be making 6 months भनेपछि यतै भयो हैन. यहाँ we'll just make a dot. हैन, we'll make a dot like that. अनि त्यसपछि आएर फेरि suppose if we meet the same child in the 15 months and if the child is around कति भनौं 7 kg भयो भने 15 months 7 kg भयो भने चाहिँ it will be somewhere over here, हैन, यतातिर. So like this, यतातिर होला. Like this we'll be making the plot यहाँबाट अनि त्यसपछि यस्तो गरेर कर्भ गर्ने. Okay, if the weight is known from the very beginning, from the birth only, then from here only we'll just make keep on doing the plot. Okay, like this. बुझ्यो? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Aye. So what is the use of the growth chart? So the significance, this is usually asked in your spotting questions. The use of the growth chart is definitely to see the growth monitoring, how the child, whether the weight of the child according to the age is normal or not within that percentile, you know? So it should be like within that lines. So if it is normal or not. Another is diagnostic tools. Diagnostic tools like whether the child is having malnutrition or not, whether the child is having obesity or not. From there only we can find out, isn't it? So another is planning and policy making. Like for example, I know, like this thing can be conducted, like for example, our government can do a surveillance related with the this under 5 years children. They can do like that, you know? They can just look after the growth chart, and if they find more than like 40% having the malnutrition, then they can just start doing the planning or policy making, like what to do now, you know, like what government can do now. Like they prepare Balvita, okay, all those micronutrients sachet, you know, like that they can just provide to the children, or they can just do deworming program, or they can just provide certain nutritious food, like that, isn't it? So like that they can do the planning and policy making. So definitely it is one of the educational tool also, and tool for the action evaluation, tool for teaching. So this thing for the students. So this is the uses of the growth chart. Now comes the program. It is related with the annual health report. So please, today only what I want all of you to do is to download the annual health report. Okay, this is very much important. The latest year ko 75 ra 76 ko huncha. Okay, so from there 75 in 75 76 whatever program they have launched throughout that time, they will be giving that. In Nepal, whatever program they have conducted, they will provide in that book. Okay, and you can just download in the from the Google. Okay, so now talking about the National Safe Motherhood Program, or you can say like Nepal National Reproductive Health Program, like that. Usually we'll be asking you this question, like what are the all those safe motherhood program run in the Nepal, or what are the reproductive health program run in the Nepal, like that. And you have to write everything, right? Not only 1-2 points or 3-4 points. And please, in the fast track, it is very much limited. I told you in the class only. So if you write from the fast track, you'll definitely get 0. And fast track ma ke huncha tyo dherai, like it is the old one. Okay, it is not the revised book. You know that it is not the revised book, and all this annual health report thing, each year it is like changed. Okay, every year the government is changing certain thing about the about each program. So if you write from that, it is the old version one, and everything is wrong. Okay, so please, if you want to get past, listen to whatever I'm saying you need to study from the annual health report. So what is the goal of this National Safe Motherhood Program? Is definitely to reduce the maternal and neonatal morbidity. That is the main thing, you know, the mother and neonatal morbidity, mortality, and also all those infants mortality, morbidity, and under 5 years mortality and morbidity. We have to reduce that. That is the main goal. And addressing avoidable factors that cause death during the pregnancy, childbirth, and the postpartum period. What are the risk factors, okay, of Nepal? You know, the commonest risk factor in our country, they just address that. Now see here. This is a very important thing. So the 3 delays, according to our government, there is like 3 delays. Evidence suggests that 3 delays are important factors for maternal and newborn morbidity and mortality in Nepal. Okay, these 3 factors are the main reason for high mortality and morbidity for the mother and the newborn baby. One is delay in seeking care. Okay, like where to go. Okay, like way to go. That is the main problem, delay in seeking the care. Another is delay in reaching the care, definitely like traveling. Okay, there are so many, you know, all those geographical, because of all those geographical problems also there is like difficulty in reaching the hospital or the healthcare place. Okay, so that is one of the second delay in reaching the care causing the mortality. And third one is delay in receiving care, like definitely like delay in seeking care and delay in reaching care will definitely at the end lead into delay in receiving the care. You know, like the person is like excessive PPH bhairaheko, excessive APH bhairaheko belama pura delay in receiving care, like if they just delay in receiving the care, then the person will come to the hospital with a shock, you know, hypovolemic shock ko phase ma aira huncha. So because of that only there is chances of having mortality. Okay, so remember 3 delays in context of Nepal. Now the strategies. In strategies, there is like promoting intersectoral coordination and collaboration at federal, provincial, district, local level for promoting the safe motherhood. This strategy means like having a intersectoral good relationship, you know, helping each other. Not only like definitely in the international level, country to country, and definitely next is the from one province to another province, then from one district to another district, like that. Like for example, what I mean to say from this is you're a good coordination hunनुपर्छ. Like for example, if you know, if the female, you know, pregnant lady comes to the Gokarna PSC, and like pregnant lady, she is like pregnant lady and she comes to the Gokarna PSC, and the female is having a severely high blood pressure, then there is chances of having के हुन्छ त pre-eclampsia or eclampsia, हैन? So from there they can just call to the NMC and they can say like we are having such patients, so we are going to refer you from here. So from here in NMC all those के भन्छ अरे gynae faculties, they have to be ready for that, you know, they have to get ready for receiving the patient. So that is like the coordination, intersectoral coordination. And another is strengthening and expanding delivery by skilled birth attendant and providing basic and comprehensive obstetric care services at all levels. So usually in the village area, the delivery is conducted by the skilled birth attendant. You know, so that person should be well trained about the delivery conduction. Okay, so they should be well trained and frequently trained, like that. Next is strengthening community-based awareness on birth preparedness and complication readiness through female community health volunteers. So like awareness program or birth preparedness. What this means, like for example, you know, with the help of the female community health volunteers. Have you seen all those female wearing blue color ko sari, light blue color ko sari laएर हिँडिरहेको याद गरेछ? Have you ever noticed the female who is wearing, a group of female who are wearing light blue color ko sari लगाएर हिँडिरहेको याद छ? यता NMC तिर, यता भित्र. Have you ever noticed? Sneha? Sneha Pradhan? Have you ever noticed? China? It's okay. I know there is like a female community health volunteers. Only they while working they usually wear the saris. Okay, so the group of the female, they keep on going to the different like VDCs like that, and they just keep on telling do the health related awareness program or providing some kits like that. Okay, so अब के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि related with the reproductive health, I know what they do. I know this female community health volunteers, what they do is they just tell whoever there are pregnant ladies in the society and in the village area, usually whoever are like pregnant, they just keep on telling about the importance of the iron, folic acid, calcium, you khanu parcha, and they just provide that also. Next thing is that, and also like ask them to take the DT vaccine, go and take the DT vaccine like that. And also like they just tell, there is chances, you need to do the delivery in the hospital, so get prepared, ali paisa jama gariraha. From here, this hospital is from your home, this hospital is nearby. They keep on giving the advice, you go there, like that. Okay, so you just prepare with the money. You need money. There is chances of having certain problems, so just get aware like that. Okay, so they keep on giving the advices. And next is increasing access information and services. Okay, so another strategy of this reproductive health is related with the information about the maternal health and services. Each year, I told you also, each year there are certain changes, so that changes the government is making aware in the society. Okay, and next is supporting activities that raise the status of women in the society and promoting research on safe motherhood. So research is also conducted by the government. So now these are the activities. So I told you, what are the activities. I keep on telling you that activities I usually ask, what are the things that are done by the government in the field of like this reproductive health or safe motherhood. So there are so many things and you have to write everything about that. Okay, so now see here, true female community health volunteers. Public health system promotes birth preparedness and complication readiness, health facilities for the delivery. So I told you, with the help of female community health volunteers, they keep on telling the pregnant lady about to get prepared. There's chances of having complication or like get health facilities from this place, that like from your home, this hospital is nearby, you need to prepare for the blood, like that. All this thing is told by the female community health volunteers. And next is self-care in pregnancy and postpartum period. I told you previously also, these female community health volunteers, they keep on giving the advice, not to smoke, not to take alcohol, like have a ANC visit, take albendazole, like that. Okay, now see here, and antenatal care, institutional delivery and postnatal care, okay, and essential newborn care, identification of and timely care seeking for danger signs in the pregnancy, delivery, postpartum and newborn period. If there is like, we have talked about the danger signs also previously, on previous lecture we talk about the danger signs, so that female community health volunteers, they tell about the danger signs to the pregnant lady, or the family members, like अब आमालाई यस्तो भयो भने, बच्चालाई यस्तो भयो, न्यूबोर्न बच्चालाई यस्तो भयो भने चाहिँ you need to immediately rush to the hospital. So these advice are given by the female community health volunteers. This is the first point. And also like birth preparedness package. Okay, these female community health volunteers, they just provide the birth preparedness package, that is the Jivan Suraksha flip chart and cards also. They just keep on showing about the how to get prepared with the help of all those flip chart or showing the pictures of the cards, like that. Okay, and another is distribute the Matri Suraksha Chokki. Okay, it is termed like that. You have to write like that. Matri Suraksha Chokki. That is the misoprostol to prevent the PPH in home deliveries. Okay, so for home deliveries, 3 misoprostol tablets are handed over to pregnant women by female community health volunteers at 8 months of pregnancy through proper counseling to take immediately after delivery and before the placenta is expelled. अब यसले contraction गर्ने गर्छ नि त, so त्यो placenta expel गर्नमा, so they ask the female the mother, the pregnant lady, to take this tablets, 3 tablets related with the misoprostol, that is known as Matri Suraksha Chokki, and at the time of delivery, but before the placenta is expelled, they have to take these 3 tablets. Now, another activities done by the government is rural ultrasound program. Okay, that is like ultrasound program is conducted in the rural area. Identification of the pregnant women with risk of obstetric complication, and this program is being implemented in the 12 remote districts. Another activities is reproductive health morbidity prevention and management program. Okay, and in this it is related with the pelvic organ prolapse. Okay, it is related with the prolapse. So each year the government allocates funds to manage the pelvic organ prolapse, and what they do is they just keep on doing the free screening. Okay, health camp is run, so free screening is done, and over there they provide the ring pessaries. Okay, ring pessaries भनेको चाहिँ त्यो जुन uterus prolapse भएकोलाई चाहिँ in some cases they can just insert a ring to replace the uterus. Okay, so providing the silicone ring pessaries, and another is the Kegel's exercise training. Okay, so pelvic floor exercise, the pelvic floor muscle exercise training they conduct in the community. Okay, and next is free surgical services at designated hospitals. So our government, they also, if the ring won't work, or if the exercise won't be working, if it is like a severe prolapse, then they even run the free surgeries in the certain hospitals. And next activity is cervical cancer screening and prevention training. In this, the cervical cancer is the most common cancer of women in Nepal, and see here, accounting for 21.4% of all cancer among 34 to 64 years of women, and the national guidelines on cervical cancer screening and prevention call for screening at least 50% of the women aged 30 to 60 years. So in this, for the cervical cancer, to rule out cervical cancer, what is the test that is done? Kun test garcha? Do you know? Very good. Pap smear is done. So cervical cancer screening is done by visual inspection of the cervix by the doctors or trained nurse, and what they do the pap smear. And if the lesions are seen, women are referred for the cryotherapy. Now another activities is the human resources, and it is related with the training. To health personnel training ko lagi ho yo chai human resources. So national health training centers and the national academic for the medical science NAMS for the pre-service and in-service training of the health workers. They provide training for the skilled birth attendant, advanced skilled birth attendant, OT management team, and family planning conducting team, and antenatal ultrasonography personnel. So these personnel are trained usually. On अर्को activities भनेको see here, expansion and quality improvement of the service delivery side. So family welfare division in our government masses, there are like related with the health related with the health, there are different divisions. So one of the division is family welfare division. They continue to expand 24/7 service delivery sites like birthing center and the BEONC, CONC sites at PHC, health posts, and hospitals. So our NMC is also one of the birthing center. Okay, so like there are like certain hospital which is termed as the birthing center. That means from over there the delivery is conducted free of cost. Along with that, like the mother is provided with some amount of the monies and also clothes to both the mother and the newborn. So this is that. And another activities is on-site clinical coaching and mentoring. Quality service at the service delivery point is one of the focus theme. It is of mainly 3 parts. Okay, so clinical coaching, mentoring of MNH, and this means like maternal and neonatal health service providers and infection prevention, like that. Okay. And another activity is fund. Our government has separated around 40 lakh rupees for this safe motherhood program. So I think you have heard, like some from the certain remote area, like Mugu, अनि त रुकुम रोल्पाहरूबाट चाहिँ हेलिकप्टरमा यस्तो बिरामीलाई लिएर आयो भनेर अर्को डिस्ट्रिक्टमा लिएर आयो भनेर भन्छ नि. Have you ever heard such thing? Okay, so in such thing, the family members, they just ask for the help from that center wherever the female is kept, and from there they just apply to the government, and government will provide the helicopter, and they just transport to the other tertiary centers, and a good hospital transfer गर्छ. So for all that thing, this fund is allotted by the government. Okay. So now another activity. So these all activities you should know. Another is safe abortion services. So our government has also run the safe abortion services in all the district. That is what is known as the CAC. Our manual vacuum aspiration. So this is conducted. And also the medical abortion is also conducted. And another is the obstetric first aid orientation. Okay, so this family welfare division started orienting paramedics on first aid to manage the obstetric complication at health facilities without the birthing centers. So obstetric first aid orientations are also done to the SBA and ANM. Another activities is the Nyano Jola program. Okay, so in this activity, see here, this activity is mainly for the prevention of hypothermia and infection of the newborn. Okay, the word is itself Nyano Jola, it is having a warmness. So the main objective is prevent from the hypothermia and infection of the newborn. So the program intends to promote institutional delivery at district and below level health facility. It promotes the institutional delivery. In this, about the birthing center, they provide the warm clothes for the mother and for the babies. Okay, they provide the 2 sets of the boto, daura surwal, napkin, okay, cap, socks, gloves, and 1 set of the wrapper, mat for the baby, and gown for the mother. So this is provided by the government to the hospital, and the hospital the mother they give the clothes. That is the Nyano Jola program. This is also another activity. So you have to write all these things. And next is the AMA and the newborn program. So in this AMA and newborn program, the main thing is they provide in these activities they provide the money. Okay, they provide the money. So incentives to women on institutional delivery or cash payment is made to women immediately following institutional delivery, like 3,000 for the mountains, 2,000 in hills, and 1,000 in the Tarai region. According to the geographical condition, they provide 3,000 to the female who are from the mountain, 2,000 hill, and 1,000 in the Tarai. And along with that, incentives to women for 4 ANC visit. Like each ANC visit ko 200 rupees ko wele 4 ANC visit bhanera 800 rupees is provided. And another is the free institutional delivery services. Okay, a payment to the health facility for the provision of free delivery care for a normal delivery health facilities with less than 25 beds receive 1,000, and more than 25 beds or 25 beds receive 1,500. This is provided to the hospital, okay, for conducting the delivery. Okay, our government is providing the money to the hospital also for conducting the normal delivery. Okay, so less than 25 bed wala hospital one say 1,000 and more bhayo bhane say 1,500 they provide. And also for complicated deliveries, right? For complicated deliveries, health facilities receive 3,000. For cesarean section 7,000. Okay, so all those health facilities or whatever is provided, this color 3,000, and for the cesarean section 7,000 is provided to the hospital. And see here, for newborn, a payment to health facilities for providing sick newborn care. This is also related with the hospital. Okay, hospital gets the money. Facilities are reimbursed for said package of care, package 0, A, B, and C, costing nothing, and NPR 1,000, 2,000, and 5,000 respectively. Okay, so what does this means is here, health facilities can claim a maximum amount of 8,000 rupees depending on medicine and diagnostic and treatment service provided. How now the government has classified the package. Okay, like if the newborn is having no problem, if the newborn is having no problem, then nothing is provided to the hospital. Okay, but if the newborn is considered as the sick newborn, then there is a package like A, B, and C. 01, it is nothing. Okay, it is healthy newborn, and it is known as the another package is A, B, and C, like according to the complication of the newborn. It is categorized. Certain categories are there for the A, B, and C. So for A, B, and C, 1,000, 2,000, and 5,000. And in some context, there is chances of having initially only like little sickness to the newborn, but it can get complicated later on. So in such condition, the hospital can claim for A plus B plus C charge. Okay, like that. An incentive for the health workers. For deliveries, a payment of 300 rupees to health workers for attending all types of the deliveries. Usually this is given to the skilled birth attendants who go to the homes and conduct the deliveries. Okay, for each delivery, they receive 300 rupees. So these are the, so up to here, these are the activities of the Safe Motherhood program. So this you have to memorize in the tip of your tongue. Right? Yo yahandekhi till last one. Okay, you have to have this till the tip of your tongue. Okay, so okay, questions, sir? Do you have got any queries?